Hey everybody, it's Justin, your guide into the other side, or should I say beyond other side, as this is my coverage into the Forgotten Runiverse. So if you have a Forgotten Rune Wizard as a battle ally for Legends of the Mara, then definitely keep the land sale for an entire new universe in the back of your mind because Yuga partner projects are amazing. If you like Magic, if you like Wizards, if you like open world MMORPGs, then this is something you probably want to take a look at. So let's just jump right in. Land in the Forgotten Runiverse is a cornerstone for shaping the game's world and economy, right? So as a landowner, you're not only building structures, you're crafting the very foundation of the universe. So you can harvest resources, craft crafting stations, socialize, trade, and more. So essentially, right off the bat, the variety of buildings and the color and aesthetic are just exquisite here. I love everything in here. Kind of reminds me of Pokemon, essentially. But moving on, we have homesteads and cities. We have different plot sizes. They have different opportunities, different buildings that you can build. You can get gathering stations, production buildings, or social hubs. And the geographical location of your plot also influences its resources. So when the land mint comes around, there's different biomes. The universe is extremely diverse with its color, with its biomes and environments, and I guess if your land plot is in a particular type of I guess citadel. I mean, there's different colors of magic, so I mean you'll have access to different resources depending on where the RNG places you. So um, again, we're only going to have access to like settlement villages or homesteads on these first land mint because the player base is just getting started. There's not really any necessary need to build a town or a city because there hasn't been that much organization built out building out of guilds or stuff that's essential to necessitate a town or a city. But definitely going to be interesting to see what people do with regards to choosing homestead villages or settlements based on what you can build. So that's going to be super cool. Again, the community thrives on collaboration, right? So we have this owner loop. So if you have a building, you can unlock and upgrade recipes at service buildings, which is going to be critical to evolving your wizard, upgrading your stuff that you have, et cetera, which can allow you to create new items to further explore and fight. You can also gather more materials outside of the world, out in the real world. You can earn rewards for buildings and land use. You can also upgrade buildings, which can set permissions to open to the public. And if the public decides to use your buildings in your infrastructure, then it can also upgrade your buildings because I guess if people use your stuff, then you have a nice positive feedback loop. So again, if you decide to make it into a bustling hub, then you can get usage bonuses when other people engage with it. It's not just about ownership; it's about creating shared experiences and mutual benefits. So that's definitely really cool. I'm curious how people are going to collaborate essentially because the end game can only be built out with collective effort, right? So player owned plots with fully upgraded buildings are essential for reaching the highest tiers of specialization and skills. So it's going to be critical for people who want to build out their powerful spells and stuff like that, to go fight bosses and stuff, to interact with all these high level buildings, and your land can be the cornerstone of epic adventures. So people can come to you if you have a super leveled up building and be like, hey, you're the forge guy, or hey, you're the mage guy, or hey, you're this person who's known for this, right? So if you have a homestead, you just have a house and a gathering station, right? So you can just do the most basic part of the Forgotten Runiverse, and you can interact with other people. So definitely, totally cozy. Definitely, totally fine way to play. But if you decide to get a settlement or larger, then you can build mage halls. You can build mage workshops, ateliers, forges, large houses, temples, and so on and so forth. Mage halls I know are important because that kind of dictates the color of your, I guess, if the color magic that you decide to specialize your wizard in. So definitely interesting upgrade paths, and what is all these are used for. Excuse me. But if we move into the villages or larger, we have guild halls and city stones. So guild halls, if you're collaborating with other people, if you're organizing events or people to go on raid bosses or trade with each other, then guild halls are going to be important to doing guild quests, etc., doing all that organization and branding yourself under one guild. City stones are going to be important mainly because these serve as the fast travel points, teleporters essentially between points of interest for villages, right? So if your village is nearby, if you mint a village that's nearby a point of interest, a quest or a boss area, I guess, or resources, then city stones are going to be, are going to facilitate the economy where people can just teleport into your city, be like, hey, I'm going to use all your stuff, and then all your stuff gets upgraded because people are inscribing runes and resources and things that are important to the economy into your buildings. Um, then that will be important. So city stones are critical for that. So managing your plot is an ongoing commitment, right? So when you're a landowner, it's not just about collecting rent. It's about having responsibility to the community to provide services, basically maintain infrastructure and reward active engagement, right? So managing upkeep and issuing building permits will be important, mainly because that's how you manage the bill. That's how you manage all the land. Neglect it and you risk missing out on its benefits, right? This ensures active players get rewards on their land. So, we can kind of inspect buildings here. We can see its name. We can see its type, whether it's a forge or, et cetera, et cetera. We can also see whether it's what color it is, right? So buildings can specialize in a particular color for particular build paths for particular environments and geographies that have recipes for particular things, right? So that's going to be super interesting. I know I'm talking about a lot of information, but let's just keep going. You kind of see your recipes here. Definitely interesting. You can see your upgrade costs and how you can upgrade your buildings, and you can miniaturize it if you decide to move it around in your land plot, etc., etc. So we keep moving on. We can see one of the biggest perks of owning a plot of land is the ability to rent parts of it out, right? So if you're playing with your friends, by all means, rent it out to them too. Um, or you can just rent it out to regular people too who also want to play the game. So you can add admins, give out building permits, and even collect maintenance fees from those renting your lands, right? So, it's obviously better to have someone to rent your land and contribute to the upgrade of the buildings and to have a pretty good piece of land than to just not have someone there, right? Just collaborate with people. It's for bringing your friends and having a good time, right? So what we can see here is inspect plot. We can see the land name, we can see the region where it is, the type of land that it is, the size. We can also see the buildings on it too. So this has a service building, etc., etc. You can also see your role, as a builder, a plot, a plot owner, an admin, or a builder, right? With a permit. So you can also see the list of buildings and the inspect as per the UI before. And if we keep moving on, the Runiverse offers a variety of specialized buildings, each with its own set of benefits and functions. So your plot can host any of these, obviously depending on whether it fulfills that building size requirement, making a diverse and dynamic space. So right off the bat, I think this is a yellow guild hall, but I could be wrong. Feel free to correct me in the comments. This is insane. This is so beautiful. Like we got this cosmic constellation at the front. This yellow, the accents are just so nice. There are different buildings with different colors, and they all have very unique personalities. There's also cosmetics and stuff like that, so you can customize it the way that you want. And I'm kind of skipping ahead. You can build your living space the way that you want in the location that you want, especially as alignment comes around and people decide to sell or whatever. But again, you can decorate everything the way that you want. And if you're aiming for a particular aesthetic, you can definitely build that. That looks pretty great. So if we keep moving on, if you want to know more about managing your plot in the Forgotten Runiverse, definitely check out the Forgotten Runiverse website. This has everything you need to know about the game thus far. The game loop, all the stuff with regards to land plots, building your plot out. Definitely interesting. More portions of the game, building tiers, building requirements, types of houses, guild halls, city stones, mage halls, mage workshops. There's just so much stuff here, man. It's crazy. It is exciting, and I definitely would take a look at everything here thus far. But that's all I got. Definitely hit that like and subscribe button if you found anything interesting or informative in this video. You can always find me in the Forgotten Runiverse Discords. Hit me on Twitter if you have any questions, but I'll see you around. I'm going to sign off. I'll see you on the other side.